From the fastest beings on multiple Earths to men's that are fast enough to travel between them and time, all thanks to the Speed Force. A good enough reason for me to tell you all about the fastest speedsters in the Flash series and rank them according to my educated guess and the information before me. And with that in mind, let's dive right in.
You don't deserve the speed you were given. We do.
Coming off as one of the underdogs that managed to scrap his way on this list is Edward CLARISS, a speedster that was created by Barry Allen himself, who tried to save his mother and created the Flashpoint timeline, with Edward being Wally West's rival of that world. CLARISS is a bad guy that simply wants to be bad, and even though he wasn't as fast as Wally, he managed to hit some marks. But seeing how he was beaten by a new hero, and Barry being able to beat him with almost no effort, despite him losing his powers in the Flashpoint timeline, this is as high as he can get on the fastest speedsters list of the series. The only female speedster in the series, before Jessie Quick, was ELIZA HARMON, who, unlike other speedsters, who got their powers from the Speed Force, ELIZA got hers from a potion called Velocity 9, which had the side effect of giving her a split personality. And while she seemed faster while under the influence of the potion, Barry slowly but surely managed to catch up to her. Seeing Barry catch up to her, she decided to ramp up the dosage of the potion, and instead of becoming even faster, she simply disintegrated, proving to all of us that she hit a limit that she could never surpass. The first time Iris West Allen suited up as a speedster was when Barry briefly gifted her powers, with Iris shortly having a link to the Speed Force. But the inexperience regarding this field of her life meant that she could not reach her full potential, despite having powers from Barry Allen, which would automatically mean that she could hit that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in reality, it meant that she could very well become as fast as him, something that has yet to happen. But her raw power alone means that she is faster than some other speedsters in the TV show. In the comics, Wally West was the second Flash after Barry died saving the world. In the live action, however, he is a completely different character who is simply obsessed with speed because of his passion for street racing. After getting his powers, he proved that he was even faster than Barry Allen, quite an intricate thing, which could also mean that as time passes by, he could very well become an even faster speedster than Barry. But until that happens, I will put him where I think he belongs on this list at the given moment, with the information that I have right now.
Ready? Get set. Go.
After getting hit by a pulse of dark matter, when Barry tried to get his powers back, Jessie Wells got the powers of a speedster, after which she took the name Jessie Quick, the daughter of Earth 2's Harrison Wells. One thing that gives her an advantage is the genius behind her speed and how well she is able to implement her intelligence in the improvement of her speed. She beat Wally West in a race, which is why I am ranking her above him. And if that was not enough, she was able for quite some time to hold her own against SAVITAR, a much faster speedster than her. Being a son of Barry and Iris, Bart inherited his father's skills and started running around as Impulse, a name that matches his recklessness and attitude. Aside from the link to the Speed Force, the raw power Bart possesses is impressive. It is a level of ability that has also been seen in his sister. However, his inexperience is what put him in this spot, slightly below his sister.
What did I miss?
Dad, meet your son Bart.
Nora West Allen also shares the raw power of her father and brother. However, aside from Bart, she demonstrated that she is clever enough to time travel and utilize the negative Speed Force, an experience that ranks her higher than her brother, aside from being faster than him, of course. And her being able to use her speedster skills in a more efficient way was a no-brainer for me to put her above him. GARRICK is the Flash from Earth 3, who also served as a mentor figure for Barry Allen, and who was able to catch up to Barry Allen to pull him out of the time stream when he tried to undo the Flashpoint changes. Jay was also able to keep up with SAVITAR, but lost the fight and is slower than the next speedster on the list, Zoom. Hunter ZOLOMON, aka Zoom, is probably the scariest villain of the series, whose powers came through a smash of the subscribe button and ringing of the notification bell. However, on the more serious side of things, he got his powers through a particular accelerator explosion, after which he became known as the Speed Demon, who artificially increased his speed until he was able to break the dimensional barrier. But there is one thing that separates him from Barry Allen. Barry is able to increase his speed naturally, something Zoom couldn't, which is why he fell short. The villain who caused a lot of problems for the Flash family is EOBARD THAWNE, and despite being erased from time, he was somehow reclaimed by the Speed Force. He is a speedster that is also a genius, and he was able to increase his speed with both special techniques and devices. However, the knowledge of EOBARD and his limits is what essentially placed him where he is, despite on many occasions catching up to Barry Allen himself.
Catch me if you can.
SAVITAR is very close to being on top of everyone else. That is, if he remained in the Speed Force. However, when he came out of the Speed Force, no longer bound there, he became a basic speedster. Still faster than most of the others, but not faster than Barry Allen, which makes sense, since he is an alternate world future Barry Allen. The other scary speedster of the series is Black Flash, who was simply what Zoom was back in the day. He was allowed to live after getting caught by the Time Wraps, in order for him to work for the Speed Force as one of their agents and to go after speedsters that got out of line, which means that he is faster than almost all of the speedsters. That is, if he wants to catch them. There is also one point where he caught up to Barry Allen when he tried to break Wally West out of the Speed Force. As for the fastest speedster, of course it is Barry Allen, aka The Flash, who has been around the longest, which also allowed him to increase his speed over the years. And if EOBARD THAWNE's word is taken for granted, and Barry being able to increase his speed indefinitely, then the fastest man alive is not a nickname that should be taken for granted. And the 6-month period of Barry being trapped in the Speed Force helped with his speed, because when he got out, his speed exceeded the speed of all the other speedsters out there. See you in the next video.